Hello again. I hope you're beginning to enjoy this series. Let us do something about Proverbs in this edition. But what are Proverbs to start with? The Google definition is a short, well-known pithy saying stating a general truth or piece of advice. Please, pithy means terse and vigorously expressive. Back to the topic. The other day on Facebook, I was telling a colleague of mine that he could not change the words of a proverb. So, those of you, or those of us who say, cut your coat according to your size, will need to do a rethink. The better alternative is, cut your coat according to your cloth. Google, however, recognizes what it calls the Nigerian equivalent to the British version, which really accepts or recognizes size instead of cloth. What I think we should avoid is searching for or imposing logic on an English expression. It's not about logic from you, it is about how it is said in the relevant language. And it doesn't apply to English only. Whether it is Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa, you just have to say or use a proverb the way it is employed in the language in question. If you do otherwise, those who know the language would scoff at what you say. Imagine you talking with Canadians, Americans, or Australians, and you blurt out, cut your coat according to your size. If they manage to understand you, they will return an odd look. You know, that expression which suspects something somewhere. Now, two proverbs for today. And the first one is, it never rains, but it pours. It never rains, but it pours. This means that misfortunes usually trail one another, or difficult situations tend to happen in rapid succession. Here's an example. Have you heard that Ada's mother died? And as if that was not enough, her father succumbed to cancer 2 days later. And the person who is being told this shakes his head and in a sad tone replies, "Poor girl, it never rains, but it pours." Yes, it never rains, but it pours refers to the likelihood of bad times coming in rapid succession. Well, may that not be our lot. We say a lot of that here. The second proverb, before we wrap it up, is, none so deaf as those who will not hear. This means that if you say something to someone who does not want to know, he or she will not pay attention to it. There is none so deaf as those who will not hear. Now, are you going to waste your time trying to convince an individual who does not want to even hear you speak? I'm afraid that would amount to a wild goose chase. Goose, not goose, goose. Hey, a wild goose chase. Brilliant. But that's not a proverb. It's an idiom. Every day it becomes more and more evident that we have lots and lots of topics to discuss. Early days yet, but let's stay optimistic. Now look up the meaning of early days yet. It's another idiom. Hey, let's not get addicted. We are bringing it to an end here. And this is where I say goodbye.